Hey everyone, it's Arlene. I'm trying a different angle here on my camera, so hopefully this works out. So I finished my mini album for a December swap. Yes, a December swap. That's how behind I am. And thank you so much, Laura, for being patient. We've been communicating, and this swap is for the DSC The Shabby Chic December mini album swap. I've just been so behind on projects since the holidays, and I've started a new endeavor which is taking up a lot of my time, which is making invitations for my younger brother's wedding. So let me go ahead and get started. I want to show you the mini album I created for Laura, and I gave a sneak peek of the cover in a recent video. So I wanted to go ahead and show you all what I created. So now this is a 6x6 album, and I used a 6x6 heavy chipboard. And the paper collection I'm using is My Mind's Eye Laundry Line. And I love this paper collection, so pretty. And I worked with a lot of reds and pinks in making this, as well as browns. So let me go ahead and show you what I did. So on the cover, I have just a bunch of charms hanging on here. I love this charm here. I just recently got that at Michael's, and I showed it in a recent haul video. But it's really cute. And just a lot of crystals and pearls and this little bling here. I bound the mini album. Originally I had planned on using my Bind It All, but it just got really thick. Again, I cannot make thin mini albums. It's just not possible. So I used jute twine to bind the mini album. And I was going to put ribbons on it, but I wanted to keep it pretty simple because the cover itself is pretty busy. So I wanted the focus to be on the cover and not on the binding. So here's the cover. And I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but I did some clear resist emboss. You can probably see it over here. And I did a flourish under there. There's a lot of sparkle in general on the paper. On this mini album top note, so this is the Sizzix mini album, I don't know, decorative frame page, or I don't know what you want to call it. It's almost 5 by 5 in size. What I did is I took the Mod Podge, shimmered Mod Podge, and Ranger Distress ink in aged mahogany, and I painted it. And I don't know if you guys can see, but it's just really shimmery. So, and I didn't use any perfect pearls or anything, so it actually works out really well when you use the shimmers Mod Podge. This is the Michaels frame, the Dollar Michaels frame. It used to be just gold, and it was just too gold for me, so I alcohol inked with a little bit of latte, or espresso, I'm sorry, alcohol ink. And then I punched out the 2010 with my Cuttlebug Alpha set. I don't know which one it is, I'm sorry. And then I took some distressed Vintage Photo and Rock Candy to distress the numbers. And then up here, this flourish, I cut this out with my Cricut, and then I put some crackle accents on there. So there's some really good, I don't know, the angle's kind of really bad here, so if you can see the crackle on there. Now these two flowers here I handmade, and if you all collect Stampin' Up! Punches, I basically used this punch, and it's the 5-petal punch by Stampin' Up! It's still available in their catalog. But basically I used that, I punched it out 3 times, and I made these 2 little flowers. And it's made out of paper, it's not grunge paper. So, and I used tattered leather, I believe is what I used in the color. I just love how it came out. It's really, really, really pretty. And then these are Prima flowers that I used the same paint that I use a frame on. I painted those with the mixture of Mod Podge and Distress ink. And then these are Prima leaves here. Okay, so that's the cover. And I'm going to kind of change the angle here. I need to push this up a little bit. Okay, so let me go ahead and walk you through it. I just had a really hard time making this mini album because I just wasn't satisfied. I don't know if you guys have ever made a mini album, you're just really not satisfied with it, and you just stop and just wait until the creativity or mojo comes back, and then you go back, you do a page, you're still not happy with it. So those are the challenges I experienced with this mini album. So Laura, I hope you really appreciate this mini album. But what we decided to do, just before I move on, we decided to do a 2010 calendar. And so that's what I did. So It's sort of a mini album because it has places to do some journaling and places to insert photos, but it's focused around the months of the year for 2010. Okay, so these flaps here that you see flapping around here, these are from an AccuCut die set that I have. It's a mini album die set, and it's really cool. It's a pocket, and it actually, the die set comes with the tag also. So I had a lot of fun with the tag. This is the Sizzix, I don't know which frame it's called. I'll put it up in the screen. But I did this pretty much on every month. Is I used the frame and I distressed it with acrylic paint, glimmer mist, and rock candy stickles. And this hinge here is a Sizzix die. It's the hinges and latches, or latches and hinges, something like that. Bona gave it to me, and I've never used it, and I wanted to put it to use, so I cut out the latches using grunge paper. And I used grunge paper because there's going to be a lot of flipping going on, and the grunge paper is very pliable, and it'll bend and, you know, do whatever, and it won't rip. So the tags here, I had a lot of fun making the tags. So this is a January tag, 2010, and I used an Inkadinkado stamp set to do that. And here's another Inkadinkado stamp that I embossed on here. And Laura loves butterflies like I do, so there's a lot of butterflies in this mini album. And then I got like a flourish here, and then on the back, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I did a lot of glimmer misting. And this is one of my favorite journaling stamps. It's by Fancy Pants. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. So that's the month of January. In the month of February, I have another tag here, and it says love, the little heart, and some more journaling. I went crazy with the glimmer mist on here, so it's just got random splatter, which I like. I like the distress look, so we got that. And then just more of these flowers here. I put the Prima roses in the center of the Primas here, and I did it on both sides. And then here again, February. And by the way, on the bottom underneath, Laura could put journaling or pictures or whatever she wants to put under there. So kind of cool. This here is an Inkadinkado stamp set, and I just cut it out. It's a little dove, and then I put a little bling heart on there because in February it's Valentine's Day. And by the way, some of these pages, I mean, the whole mini album is pretty much red, brown, and pink. I didn't theme up anything like totally like orange and black for Halloween or anything like that, but I did theme up some of the tags, and I may have themed up a little bit of the embellishments around the month, around the calendar. This right here, this is cut out using a Cuttlebug die set. And then here's the flower, and then I did a video on these, I guess you can call them stammen, or I don't know, you can get these in the cake aisle, these little thingamajigs. And so that's February. And then for March, you guys can see that here. For the month of March, I have a little butterfly sitting here. And I'm sorry for the angle, guys, but this mini album's so heavy and it won't close. I can't really hold it any other way. I put some dazzling diamonds on these tulips, and I used my two-way glue to adhere that on there. And then I colored that with my Stampin' Up! Pens. I haven't busted out with my Stampin' Up! Pens in a long time. So I made a tag here. It just says notes, and this is from a 7 Gypsies stamp set. And I did some clear resist emboss on this tag. And then this stamp set here is from a 7 Gypsies stamp set, the rose. And I used color box ink to color each part of that. And then I have some French script going on in the background with vintage photo. I stamped it with vintage photo, and there's a lot of glimmer mist also going on there. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here, guys, and start part 2. Be right back.